first time coming to meet a dignitary like you, so I'm pleased for that. Thank you for it.
I'm glad you came.
Yes.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, as you know, this is our community which you have always supported, and I know that the Liberian people have made you a chief
They have.
of Liberia, and you're aware of that, and it is customary for us Africans, whenever we visit a town or city or chiefdom, that the chief of that town, whenever we are accompanying another chief or very honorable person in our town, we always call upon the chief of that town.
Mm-hmm.
So in Africa, this is one of our famous chief. We can call him chief, but because he's so brilliant and he has been in the service of the Lord. So he is Reverend Dr. Abaji Kanga of Liberia and Africa. By short, this man is an author. He has been working for the church for ever so long. So when he here with us, I decided to say, well, let's go and meet our chief in this town, who is our friend and Mayor Pulaski. So it is our pleasure.
Well, it's a pleasure. How long have you been here?
I will be here for about 3 weeks.
Okay.
We'll soon be going back to Liberia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How long of a trip is it?
Oh, it was a long distance. We flew from Liberia to Ghana for 1.5 hours,
Mm-hmm.
and from Ghana to Georgia, 16 hours.
Wow,
And
that's a
from
long
there
flight.
to here, 1 hour and 26 minutes. It's a long distance.
It is a long flight. It's a long flight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this we had an event with the Liberian community. What was it, about 2 years ago, right?
Right.
And they made me a chief then, and I was talking to some of the women, and some of the women, they said, you know, a chief gets 20 wives. I said, well, that's great. I said, who pays for them? I can hardly manage one.
Well, my father was a chief and he got 21 wives.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were able to manage that because that tradition.
Yeah. I said, I can hardly handle one. I don't want 21.
Well,
And his son, Gamade Kanga, he is now the elder of the church, and he will let us know what church he belongs to, how long, and a little bit brief history for himself, and what he has been doing for Liberia and Africa in general. He's an author as well. He has written so many books. So he's going to give you a little brief history.
But before that, we heard from Brother Odysseus that you were made chief of Liberia.
Yep.
So we came from Liberia. We brought you a little gift that belonged to a chief.
Okay.
You know, and we want Odysseus to present that to you.
Okay. Well, again, like I was saying here, customarily when you come to another chief in the town, you always come and meet the other chief, and we usually give you a gift.
Right.
Make you to confirm your chieftaincy and have you now the chief.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
now you expect to have more than 3-4 wives.
I'm still trying to figure out how I pay for all of it.
So he's going to give you a little, history about himself,
Okay.
and the importance of his visit here in America at this time and throughout the world, and the history of Liberia. I don't know how much you know about Liberia, but he's our historian as well. And he brought me way back in '68. I was a little boy from his school. That's how he became my godfather throughout his main role model in life. Very that.
Well, we will not take all of your time, but our coming to your office itself is a blessing to all of us because we come here, we come to stay somewhere and eat and then go back. We've never met any authority. We met our children, our friends, and then we go back. So he's been here and we wanted to see somebody who is an authority so that they can know that we also from Liberia. Liberia is a country, and you know more because when I talk to Americans, you know more about Liberia than me. It's a country that was founded by the American Colonization Society way back in 1822. And when the king, we were looking for a home for the black free Americans in the front wall. But trouble we're facing there is, after they have found that place, they met 28 tribes there.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't talk about their part of living, but they only said this is at home for the free American blacks. And in a sense, then they took that as a legacy.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes Liberia divided too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when they come here, they will tell the story of Liberia. And they will tell it on one side. We who are native don't have any way to contact anybody to tell our part of the story, what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So when we come here, you can only hear that Liberians are here, and all you know is that maybe Liberians are chief, they wear caps and jobs and all of that, but they're not all to it. So we got home too that is divided, and we're looking for peace. Especially when the war broke out, that was the cause. People that say they want to pay reprisal because we felt that they believed that we might have been the descendant of the chief that sold their parents in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So they kept that in the back of their mind.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we all are together now, they work together.
Right.
But it's not all good to it.
How is the country politically now? Is it stable or?
Yes, now it's still in the hand of foreign troops, United Nations, ECOWAS, and other troops are still there. So we are peacefully sitting down there, but we don't know if they leave, whether they will still be peace. We don't know.
Well, the tribes, is there testing for who leadership is?
Well, we told Liberia as a country for all of us, when leadership has become all.
I mean, are there several major tribes that are sort of contesting for power?
Well, they're not in the name of tribes,
Okay.
but they want to be president of the country.
Okay.
So we start what they call tribalism, that they consider to be a crime. So when you fight to be a president, you fight for the country and not for your tribe.
Mm-hmm. But are there main factions that are sort of divided up?
Well,
Like, is it divided between the South and the North, or the East and the West? I mean, is there factions that?
they divide into dominated group,
Mm-hmm.
and
Which is who's the dominating group?
what they call American Liberians,
Okay.
the descendants, we call it newcomers or the descendants of American Liberians.
Mm-hmm.
Then the native on the other side, I call it indigenous people.
Mhm.
So we divide into tribal groups
Right.
and civilized groups.
Right.
So the tribal group are in the 98% illiterate. The only 2% are those that can read and write.
Wow.
And they are in the territory. So you
Wow.
can't fight it.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. But
How about the economy? How's the economy doing?
Oh, it's bad. The war, when the coup king brought it down to -0, and to bring it back to 0 before you can build it up, it's not anything easy.
Right. Right.
No road. Instead you go in the city, you can see it. In the city, you will see that we suffer because the city is like a showcase.
Mm-hmm.
But when you leave the city, you go out for about few miles,
Mhm.
then you realize that we are still in big trouble.
Wow.
We don't experience any water system, we don't experience any light, and education is in the bush, and no medical facilities, even in the town itself.
Is there any exports? Anything that the country's exporting as far as raw materials or oil? Or
Yeah, we got good materials. We got iron ore, we got gold, we got diamonds.
Mhm.
We got all of the raw materials, but they are in the hand of the leaders of the country. But not in the hand of the how they call a shareholder.
Right.
We are
Right.
called. We are now a true shareholder.
Right. Right.
And in addition, what he was saying regarding Liberia, he also one of the renowned church leaders in Liberia, and how he became a renowned church leader, how he got his education, and he's going to there briefly tell you and let us know what he is standing now, what is the church, how everything going religiously.
Okay.
But we have been successful because we got a lot of young people trained that he wants us to be one of them Chinese, and they are many. And when I got into Liberia to become a leader, I wasn't trained to be a politician, because I have been offered different positions in government, but when I saw the people who are supposed to be in government where I'm not there, there is no point that I go there to make them suffer. I came here, I went to school here, I got a master's in California in education and curriculum development. Then I did a doctoral degree at Jackson, Mississippi, Reformed Theological Seminary. And I studied at the Andersonville Seminary in Georgia. So I got a good education. Because of that, the government wants to use me. But I told them, thank you, that I cannot be used as an employee. I'm a citizen here, and these people have been treated mighty in power. Then I'm in the back like a consultant.
Right.
But I'm old and I can't be. They're trying to put me in. But I don't have that much force to push anything. So my mind is unity in Liberia. Whether we are different, we can have unity in diversity. Because if we are together and we work together, that is our unity.
Right.
But that has not been working well. Because when you don't have money and you don't have political power, nobody respects you, even your own people.
Right. So where's your church located at?
It's in Buchanan, one of the second city in Liberia, Grand Bassa County. That's where we got 75 local churches, we got schools.
Wow.
And we got clinics.
And how many people go to church?
We got different churches. In the city where I live, our church is about 500 members every Sunday. And then in Monrovia, we got 3 churches there in the city, 3 to 400 members go to church every Sunday. And then in the interior, we got churches that are attended by no less than 100 or 50 to 100 people every Sunday.
That's great.
It's a popular church.
That's great.
He also worked with the local, government communities and other citizens who are kind of surefire to see some of the areas where they can get assistance from government. So he, in other words, has been a spokesman for the ordinary people who are way down there. And so remember when I spoke with you the last time about the city sistership that we were trying to kind of, arrange. Grand Bassa County, where he's from, where we are from, is the second largest city in Liberia.
Okay.
So while he's visiting here, although he's not in government, but I think in my view and the view of other Liberians, he's one of our spokespersons on the country who can tell us the story of what's going on in Liberia. So looking at Allentown and the city of Buchanan, I continue to say Allentown and the city in Africa need to have a sistership.
We would love to have a sistership. You should tell the mayor to write us a letter, and we'll see what we can do.
Okay, we'll do that.
How is the mayor there in Buchanan?
Yeah, the mayor just recently died. We got a new one. Can you put a new one there? And the old one died. He was a young man, but he died very instantly. We don't know why. So did not have put the new, you know about the new one? No.
But we will get in contact.
Okay, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And his son, Adama there, he's the elder of the church now. And what is your title in the church and the community leadership in Liberia? Your position now with the church?
No, I'm in the backseat now. So I'm a consultant, and presiding elder whenever we had a board meeting. I preside over the board meeting. I write and I edit whatever they write for a proposal, but he is better educated in computer than me, so he does most of the writing, but I in the back seat to see whatever they do. Because in Liberia, in Africa as a whole, there is a question on the minds of foreigners that Africans are not trustworthy, and we are the test to that because we have been dealing with missionaries here. And we don't want an overseas board so we can see where we can be trusted. We have tried that, it works. There are a lot of people that we are working in partnership so they can see what we do and not what we say.
Mhm.
So that is why our work is much easier to see. So we push them and we give them education, we pay for scholarship all over. And when they are educated, they all may not go back. At least some of them went back and they gave contribution to their country. Like he's well trained and he's a major in biology and chemistry. And you can't find scientists easily in Nigeria. So he's teaching nearly all of the schools in Nigeria. So we need to have more young men educated to help. Our main thing is to promote education. And when you are educated, at least you will be a poor man.
Right.
But
Now, you wrote several books. What types of books?
those are the richest books. Some have few books about politics, some missionary work, go back to church history, why churches in Africa are not popular because the missionary came in, they have fear for Africans, so they told the Africans that their culture is their religion, so they had to give up their culture before they can be Christian.
Right, right.
That caused the church in Africa to be so poor, because it's not easy to give up your culture when you don't know which one to adapt. So we are trying to bring that to the missionaries, so we all can sit together. If they are theologians, we all can sit down and write a theology that will fit in the picture.
Right.
And not just a Western theology that will be imposed on, and then we don't know what we are doing. So today, if you don't speak English and you don't try like a civil man,
Western tie.
Clerical. Then when you speak in church, they say, "Oh no, man, he's a country man." We want to change those things. That when you are speaking, you speak like the indigenous church leaders in your own language, in your own way of saying it. Now, if I go to a church and talk to my people, my standing alone will say more than what I'm going to say. So those things are not there again today. When you go there, you must dress so well, and read books and copies and sentences, you can quote them and all of that. We want to be sure that we are the ones speaking, and it's not somebody quoting. So that program is going fine. We had a radio program, we got a radio station that we are sponsoring, where we do a programming at our own radio station. This is some of the program we are doing there to just let the people know that the church it's for all of us. It's not about the church, but it's God's church, and we have the right theology. It will fit in our tradition. It will fit in our culture, so we all can know and share together. That is our goal.
That's great. That's great. Well, we're honored to have you here, and we have a growing Liberian community here, and Missing This does a great job in promoting it. And whatever we can do to help in the future, you know, we are here to help.
Thank you.
So, including becoming a sister city. All right?
Okay.
All right. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. Let me. Get you something here. This is from the city of Allentown. It has our seal on it, and we are celebrating our 250th anniversary this year, which is very young, as you know, for cities. But for us here in America, that's an old city.
Okay.
But please take that as a token of our appreciation for visiting us, and any other time that you come to Allentown, you're always welcome here.
Thank you very much. Thank you too.
Okay.
To be here.
Lastly, Mr. Mayor, we are happy, as we were saying here, we are African as well as Liberian. We are in the city, so we applaud your, reception of us. So any good thing that we have to bring to the city, we all will be there. And this is one of our best. And this conversation, the meeting we have here, you're surely going to hear from him. And his visit here, I believe, is going to be a very close, tight relationship with us. And again, I want to at this time invite you to the city of Lancaster County and Liberia. As soon as we start our process, I will accompany you to Liberia.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Love to do
So
it.
will you be willing to go there?
Sure.
All right, okay.
I just came back from Israel. I go to Liberia.
The car, his car, oh yeah, your car?
Yeah, I'll give you one.
Oh, okay, he said his car.
Yes.
So thank you, and we appreciate the time.
Sure.
I'll
Thank
be
you.
in touch, okay.
Let me see. I'm gonna get.